Hello YouTubers, welcome back. For those who have subscribed to my channel already, thank you so much for your love and support. I have some amazing people who have subscribed to my channel, and thank you so much for your likes and your shares. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome to Beth Talks. And yes, I have went red for the holidays. I needed a fresh change to brighten things up. So I wanted to share something with you this week about integrity. It was kind of highlighted for me in certain ways this week. And I thought, by sharing this, it might help somebody along their journey or their path. People who are going through transitions or changes, or just looking for a different perspective or a different insight. So this is for you and also for me. Life is a struggle, and we're not always perfect. We're always changing and evolving, and if we're not, then we just stay stuck. So this is to help unstick us and move us forward into brighter, better places. It was difficult for me this week to want to do this video. It's not always easy to stick to a schedule and stay consistent and accountable to yourself and your own projects. But I woke up this morning and I realized something magnificent. I'm still alive, so therefore I still have value to share with the world. And so hopefully you get some value out of today's video. I wanted to start off first with a quote from Zig Ziglar, which I think is a phenomenal human being and has given the world so much. But Zig Ziglar quotes, he says, "With integrity, you have nothing to fear, since you have nothing to hide. And with integrity, you will do the right thing, so you'll have no guilt." And that's what today's video is all about. Can't really do a lot of positive things hanging on to guilt and negative thinking. So let's use this as a useful tool to help us move past that a little bit. So what is integrity? If you look at major corporations, look into their mission statements, a lot of times you will see, the majority of the time, you will see integrity somewhere in that mission statement because it's so prevalent and so needed by us to justify our trust. And the practice of having integrity is, of course, and you probably already know this, many of you are like, I know what integrity is, it's just be honest. Well, not everything's so cut and dry and black and white. Sometimes you need to open up to a little bit more than just a blank statement. So integrity is, of course, being honest and showing consistent, uncompromising adherence to strong moral and ethical principles and values. In ethics, integrity is regarded as honesty and truthfulness and accuracy of one's actions. So why is this so hard today, especially if you take a look at the world's political arena today? Integrity somehow has kind of missed its mark when it comes to leadership. I don't know necessarily a lot about other countries, but I know a little bit about the American government, and integrity has not been high priorities on that list. So there are three things I'd like to share with you today in regards to my perspective when it comes to integrity, and hopefully that you will find some value in this. And my first point that I'd like to mention, all of us face integrity-based choices each and every day. And it's not always easy. You could say, yes, it's easy to be honest. And of course, honesty should be a top priority for everyone, but when we make choices, sometimes we make mistakes, and those mistakes, of course, are a blessing that we can learn from. So don't ever judge yourself or let other people judge you for making mistakes. Integrity is not something you are born with. As I'll mention later, it's something that we learn and grow into. Number two, everyone defines integrity differently. Nevertheless, it is neither easy or simple. Your truth may be different from my own truth. So therefore, integrity it lies within the eyes of the beholder. The most important thing when it comes to integrity is knowing yourself and what you stand for, and what kind of world you're creating. So integrity is your core beliefs of what is right for you in your life, and that could be different for everyone. So there is a really good article I had found, brooknetwork.org, stating in this age of social media, it makes it more possible for persons of influence to appear more open and transparent, but really hide behind an image easy to construct and manipulate with a camera or keyboard, and sort of be the Wizard of Oz. And I think especially if you're one who really focuses on mainstream media, there's a lot of Wizard of Oz's out there, especially in our leadership. And in order to discern what core values that you stand for, you really have to use your own interpersonal compass of what feels right to you. For example, what feels right to Trump may be completely opposite of what feels right for Bernie Sanders. So there's always a different perspective to consider, but when it comes to core values, you get that from inside, to look at who you are and what you're going to stand for. And last but not least, integrity is standing on the side of the truth, even if you're at fault. So sometimes we make mistakes. We're human. If you think you're perfect, then you might be an alien. So it's important to recognize your faults, your mistakes, and acknowledge them, and really recognize how you could do better in the future, because we're not perfect. There's a book by Chip Conley called Emotional Equations, which I found this quote really interesting. He states, "I am a little bruised, easily seduced. I am still by some bright, shiny objects or promises." And sometimes, well, a lot of times, we can get distracted from our own core values by a new shiny object or a new promise not yet seen fulfilled. So it's easy to get distracted and move away from our own core values based on what shiny things might be in front of us. So to stand in your ground and really focus on your own integrity of who you are, you really have to have a core sense of what's right to you. And we are all born with an innate instinct, a gift to know right from wrong. We know when we're doing something wrong to other people or to ourselves. And it's all about being aware of that and focusing in on what's right for you. So in Conley's book, he talks about an equation. What equals integrity? I thought this was a really cool concept. Integrity is the combination of three things. authenticity times invisibility and reliability. So to break this down, authenticity is merging self-awareness with courage, knowing who you are and having the courage to stand within your own skin. Invisibility, the act of being in integrity no matter who's watching, especially when no one is watching. When no one is watching you and the choices you make, that's the most important time to pay attention, because you know your true intentions when no one else is watching. So those are the times it counts the most. And reliability. You are your world. What you say is what you do is what you are. What you say is what you do is what you are. So if you say something, that becomes your reality. If you do something, that becomes your reality. That's who you are. So it's important to be cognizantly aware of your reactions and how you come up with decisions. So I thought that was really cool. Emotional Equations by Chip Conley. I will definitely read that book. Living your truth is not always the most popular choice, and I have certainly experienced this in my own recent past, making some changes in my own life, transitioning into a different path. For me, it wasn't very popular with the majority of people to make the changes that I made. But had I not made the changes that I had made, I would still be living an untruth, a life that wasn't my truth. So sometimes you have to stand your ground, even when it's not the most popular thing that people want for you, or whether they maybe don't even understand what you're doing. You have to know what you're doing and stand in that. The coherence of the person, the consistency between the public self and the private self, the need for sound character, all lie at the heart of spiritual influence. And I've talked a little bit about my beliefs on spirituality. I'm not a religious person at all, a constructive religion anyways, but I am certainly, I think that it would be really naive to deny that we are spiritual beings. Our emotional intelligence is our compass and guidance to our integrity. So developing your spiritual self, your emotional intelligence, helps you stand your ground and know who you are, which I think for me, that's an easy way to kind of stay focused on my path. Is to really be in touch with my own spirituality and my emotional needs. The good news about integrity, and I'll end with this, is that we're not born with it. We're not born without it. Integrity is a behavior-based virtue. So we can cultivate it over time. If you're struggling living your best life, if you're struggling living your true self, your true integrity, that's something that can always be changed and improved. We are living this life because we want to improve, because we want to learn. And the best way to learn is learn from not only our own mistakes, but from other people. So be observant, love yourself, embrace your changes, and let go of the fear of being who you are. And love and appreciate those who love you back. So I hope that today's video has brought some value to you, and I will be back here on Beth Talks next week. I hope you guys have a wonderful, awesome week, and don't spend too much money on the holidays, because that really takes away from the point of it. So I'll end with that. You guys have a great week. Love you. Peace. Have a great day.